I believe that everything should be progressive and rational. So in other words, we start with a basic level skill, we build upon it, build upon it, build upon it. We don't just introduce advanced skills to like try to impress people. I think that's the problem with Chinese martial arts oftentimes, is there isn't a foundation before they introduce the advanced skills.
Shuffle is a box footwork. What it does means is that the foot that's closest to where you want to go takes you there. So front leg takes me front and everything is a 1-2. 1-2. Back takes me back, it's a 1-2. 1-2. When I go side to side, left takes me left, it's a 1-2. Right takes me right, it's a 1-2.
So we have something very simple. In a north-south axis, we have a forward shuffle and a backward shuffle. If you go side to side, when you have north and south and east and west, you have a cross pattern.
So I go up, back, left, right. But this is a cross pattern, right? So this is what we call sub-G. If I start here, for example, and sub-G is half of the blah blah, which is the whole 8 directions. But first I want to talk about when you're going up and down, this is the meridian stepping. And I said there's different ways to do this, but I said the one we use the most in kickboxing, we call it a forward shuffle and a backward shuffle. So if the points where the east and west line and the north and south meet, that intersection is my center, like where my center line is. Remember, because it's going through my head, going through. To go forward is this. To go back is this. And it's a forward shuffle and a backward shuffle. But notice something, right? It's not just this. It's like a forward stance. This is big bow. It's a forcing. So I was talking before about the fact that it's 1-2. And when I go back, it's 1-2. This way I can go here, I can go here, I can go here, I can go here. Right? Whereas I can like box step into 4 coordinates. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm saying I still move in any direction this way. Because I'm not too wide and my body is upright and my legs are straight. In other words, if I'm punching and I'm doing stuff, I'm shadowing. This is a good thing to do when you're shadow boxing, is to do this footwork and be ready to sprawl. Anytime that you throw a kick or a punch is the opportunity for somebody to shoot in and try to tackle you. So you want to sprawl. The way to sprawl without a partner is very simple, and you can do this when you're shadowing even. You keep your head and your shoulders up. You drop down straight. You'll drop down and you'll drop your hands. You'll go straight down. You want to keep looking up. You're going to throw your legs back, but you're going to keep looking up. This is how you sprawl out. And then you want to pop right back up. Use your hips to pop your legs in and come back up. So if I'm shadowing and I'm throwing some techniques, I got to always be ready to sprawl and come up. Maybe I throw a knee in, sprawl, and get back up. Anytime that I'm fighting, I have to be ready to sprawl. Sprawl has to become part of my basic footwork. Just like shuffle forward, shuffle back, shuffle left, shuffle right.
Before we ever get to the zigzag or the 7-star stepping, which actually can be quite complicated, we have a pivot. So I'm going to show you the pivot right now. So again, I've talked about in the past how the north-south line, he's standing on one end, I'm standing on the other. Maybe he's north, I'm south. If we continue to fight just on this line, it's what I call caveman fighting. So one of the things I can do is simply use the east-west to create a different angle. But as you could probably see with EJ standing there, while it creates a slightly different angle, I'm still really kind of in front of him. So the thing about a pivot is about creating not only an angle where I'm not right in front of him, but which I'm advantaged and he's disadvantaged. I'm slightly advantaged, but I'm not setting him up in a completely disadvantaged situation. I'm slightly advantaged, but he's not disadvantaged. So with a pivot, it's somewhat related to the 7-star, which is the 45-degree stepping. It's a little less complicated. But from a fighting stance, if I'm going to go to my left is going to go a little bit to the 45, but I'm going to pivot on my front foot. So the first pivot from a fighting stance, I take my left foot, I'm going to step out a little bit to the angle, not quite a full 7-star stepping situation, but I step and then I pivot. So now I'm facing him, I can hit him with everything that I have, and he has to look over his shoulder and readjust to deal with me. So again, when you do it slow, actually it's harder to do than when you just sort of do it, which is step and turn. Another way to think about this is if he was rushing toward me, I would step, let him pass, and turn. So if he came toward me in a rushing pattern, step off the line and turn, I'm facing. The next thing we're going to do is to the other side. So obviously I'm not going to do this. This would expose my back to him. It would also cross my legs. So I step now with my right and I turn, so now I end up in an unorthodox or a southpaw position. But again, I can hit him with both hands and he's disadvantaged. Again, if he was rushing toward me, I can step and you can see how that would put me in a good position. So, standing still, step and turn, come back, step and turn, coming back. If he rushes toward me, step and turn. If he rushes toward me, step and turn. This is the pivot step.